are the opportunities, what's out there. And so I personally have had probably for, oh my gosh, I don't even know, maybe 10 years now at least, I have had identity theft protection. The main one that you know, if you look up the top 10, you're going to see the top 3. The one that everyone really knows is LifeLock. It's got a rating of a 9.8. It's got an exceptional rating on a top 10 review of all of the ones. And you know, that LifeLock is going to be fine. I personally use Identity Guard. Identity Guard I have found works really well with me. It's got a rating of a 9.9, and that is the system that I use. It also is powered by the IBM Watson artificial intelligence computer, and it gives me alerts that are actually quite insightful. So I use Identity Guard personally, but feel free to use whatever. Maybe you don't have one right now. This is an expense that I think if you have assets and you have income, that this is an expense that is worth actually taking on, because we're starting to see a proliferation. At my practice, we have cyber insurance now, cyber attack insurance policies. So what's happening is we have a new administration. We have Russia. If we look at the tone of Putin's statements towards this administration, even this week, we see a level of disregard and discounting of this administration that we did not see with the Trump administration. And that could be because this administration did not respond strongly to the original hack of the pipeline. In fact, they really basically said it was a private problem. And we see still this administration after the meat hack this week stating that this is a private problem. And yes, it absolutely is a corporate private problem that they have to deal with. But obviously our government as a country deals with these types of attacks as acts of war, terrorist attacks. When you have an interruption to the largest meat processing plant in North America, we're talking about food shortages. We're talking about massive price implications. I mean, the price of meat has gone up just alone from this attack, even though I understand that the plant is getting things back online. So corporations are being told by this administration that they need to have cyber policies in place, protections in place. I'm suggesting through this podcast that they need to have cyber attack insurance policies in place like I do for my firm. Because you can have the best laid plans. You can have the most sophisticated worldwide, IT developers, but there are people around the world whose sole job it is to figure out how to break into your system. And when you have people that have that kind of sole purpose, systems do have loopholes that are exploitable, and this is why an insurance policy for any business or against cyber attacks does make a lot of sense right now. But we also really need to look to the government for a much stronger response, because if we are now in the age of cyber attacks and these attackers are allowed to get away with these kind of enrichments that, again, the original pipeline attack, they ended up paying over $90 million to those hackers to release the pipeline. This is a problem.